So in the previous session, we discussed about the Azure board. So in this session, we are going to discuss about the Azure Repo. So when you create a new project in Azure DevOps, so you will be selecting a version control. So it will be either as a Git or a Team Foundation server. So Git is the most commonly used version control system today, as it's quickly become the standard for version control. So Git is a distributed version control system. So meaning that your local copy of code is completely version control systems. So whereas Azure Repo also support the Team Foundation version control, TFVC, is a centralized version control system. Typically, your team members have only one version of each file on their dev machine. So now let's go into our marketing projects. So when you have create a project, by default, the project will create a repository in the name of the project. If you see here, you can see a marketing repository has been created. So you can also create multiple repositories. So by clicking the new repository option here and select the repository type, and you can able to name the repository name. Or if you have a repository in a GitHub, you can able to import the repository by providing the clone URL of the repository. And if you want to authenticate the repository, you can provide the username and password or a PAT token of your GitHub repository. So now let's initiate this marketing repository by adding a README file. So I'm just going to initialize this repository. And if you see here, it added a readme.md file. So if you want to add multiple files into this repository, so you can go here into this three dots and click on new. And I'm going to add a new file. Let's name this file as file A and click on create. And I can add a content into this file A as version 1.0. And I'm going to commit this file. So you can select the branch where you're going to commit and select the work item. So if you remember, we created this work item as part of our Azure board tutorial. So I'm going to select the work item as LAN Azure Repo, and I'm going to commit this file. And if I go to the commits, I can see two commits. One is the initial commit of add the README file, and the second commit is to add the file A. And similarly, you can able to create a new folder, or if you want to upload a file from your local machine, you can able to upload the files into the repo. So now let's talk about the branches. So the Git branches as part of the everyday development process. Git branches are effectively a pointer to a snapshot of your changes. So when you want to add a new feature or fix a bug, no matter how big or how small, you sap a new branch to encapsulate your change. So right now we have only one branch, that is the main branch. So I'm going to create a new branch. So click on the branches. I'm going to create a new feature branch. So I'm just name it as feature branch, and this feature branch is based out of the main branch. So if you want, you can select a work item. So for as part of which work item you're going to create this branch, I'm going to select the LAN Azure Repo work item, and I'm going to create this feature branch. So now let's go to the files and select the feature branch, and I'm going to make a change into the file A, and I'm going to change the version from 1.0. Click on the edit, and I'm going to change the version 1.0 to 2.0, and I'm going to commit. And again, I'm going to select the work item, and I'm going to commit these changes. So now our version 2.0 changes in the feature branch. And if you want to tag the existing change, you can go and do the tagging. So if I go to the main branch, so the main branch is having the version of 1.0 and the feature branch is having the version 2.0. If I want to tag, I can click the tags and create a new tag for the main branch. Let's name it as version 1.0 and give the description as version 1.0. Just go and create a tag. And now let's see how we can merge the feature branch changes into the main branch. So for that, you need to come to the pull request. So in the pull request, you can create a new pull request. So in the pull request, you can able to see which files are being changed. And if you see, it can able to compare the changes. Here, the version 1.0 is being changed to the 2.0. And in the commit, you can see who make the change and the commit command as well. And in the overview page, you can able to see which work item is being linked and who is the review. So you can specify the reviewer. Right now, I'm specifying myself as the reviewer, but in your case, actually, you can point to your lead or uh, the concerned person who going to review your code. And I'm going to create this pull request. So the pull request has been created, and whoever is been approved, he can able to approve this pull request, and he can able to complete the pull request. The completing the pull request will merge these changes into the main branch. While completing the pull request, so you can delete the feature branch. So it's not necessary to be there. So once the changes are merged to the main branch, you can delete the feature branch. It's a short living feature branch. And you can select the merge types. So these are all the merge types that is been available. It is a merge on fast forward. So it is a non-linear history preventing all the commits, right? So when you go with the merge on non-fast forward, or you can do the squash commit, rebase and fast forward, and a semi-linear merge. We will discuss this commit types in the upcoming video. So for the time being, I'm just going to select this as merge as fast forward, and I'm going to complete this merge. And if you see, the merge pull request is been in progress. Once these changes have been done, if I go to the file, and if I go and select the main branch, and if I go to the file A, I can see the version 1.0 is being updated to 2.0. So that's all about this recording. So we will discuss more about the Azure Repo in the upcoming video. Thanks for watching.